it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to Cabinets Field for the second leg of our doubleheader. Saw the Ray Texans defeat the Carroll Tigers in what turned into a barn burner. But right now, to finish things off, we have the Gregory-Portland Wildcats coming in here to take on the Corpus Christi, the Veterans Memorial Eagles. I'm Mark Molina, and to my right, Coach Andy Dudney. Nice to have him alongside in the broadcast tonight. He was with me during the first game, and he's here going to duke it out for this doubleheader. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, Mark. I think we got a good one on top of Hill's second game here. Veterans Memorial coming in, a little banged up, but anytime you got Xavier Pettis on the mound, you got a chance.
Yeah, should be a good one to look out for here, and it was a long one, the first one. So hopefully we're gonna get a nice, good, close game to finish off. It wasn't close the first game, and then things tightened up. Carroll kind of mounting a little bit of a comeback there, but Ray able to hold him off in the bottom of the seventh inning. But Coach, tell me what you know about these two teams, Gregory-Portland and Veterans Memorial. Just off the top of your head, what do you like? What have you seen?
I think off the bat, you have to give the nod to Gregory-Portland right now, early in the season. They're healthy, and it's a ball club that has a potent offensive lineup, especially their first, second, and third batter. They're swinging hot sticks right now. I saw them play a little bit over the weekend in a tournament, and all three of these guys are swinging it well.
Yeah, and you look on the field, you've seen it right. Red uniforms all around. So bear with us here as we make any missteps. I mean, there's the gray pants, but right now it's top of the first. And leading off here for Gregory-Portland, it's Walker Yannick who's going to fly out, and we're going to have a error in left field.
Oh, not the way you want to start a ball game there. Left fielder just kind of got tangled up on his own feet and unable to make the play, and Yannick ends up on third base to start the game.
Yeah, and it stayed up there for a while. Deep fly ball, and just outfielder unable to make the play, and it happens. And Malachi Lott coming up to bat. As you mentioned, this is a really hard-hitting Gregory-Portland team. Saw them in a couple of games at the Cal Allen tournament last Thursday, and they play well, defeating Sinton and they defeated Cal Allen in a close one. This one low and outside for ball number 1.
Very aggressive hitter and just fluent. He's got a nice swing, stays within himself, and almost at times it just looks effortless, but he has a natural swing. There it is.
And Lott drops this one into the gap for an RBI single, and all of a sudden GP leads 1-0. So 1 on, nobody out. 1 runner coming across already. Wildcats lead the Eagles 1-0. And Easton Dowell up now for Gregory-Portland. And this pitch gets away. And we're going to get a runner at second off of that wild pitch.
Dow's another one swinging a hot bat. Really got a great eye, and he gets all of it when he swings.
1-0 the count now here for Dowell. Runner at second. 1-0 the count. The pitch comes in for ball number 2. So just like that, Coach, the Wildcats come in, and you got the error in the outfield. That didn't help, and then you get Malachi Lott comes in and smacks an RBI single into the gap. Makes it a 1-0 game as this pitch comes in. Makes the count 2-1. Here's this pitch, and Dow gonna foul this one off. Over into the dugout for strike number 2. Evens up the count now. If you're the Veterans Memorial defense, you just gotta try to weather the early storm, and you know the Wildcats are going to come out here and, as you mentioned, Coach, swing the bats. Offensively, you got to come out and execute. Here's the pitch.
They don't need much help. They can score runs on their own.
And the full count here.
He's got to be careful right here not to give in. Got an empty bag at first base, and not a bad idea with him swinging. I wouldn't give him anything good.
So here's the pitch. And Dow gets a piece of this one. And he flies out to right field. And we're out number 1.
Next up to bat for the Wildcats, the designated hitter number 13, Daniel Gonzalez.
And Daniel Gonzalez, the DH, due up here for Gregory-Portland. He's got a man on. 1 out here. Does Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets a piece of this one and fouls it off for strike number 1. So 0-1 to count, 1 out, 1 on here. Gregory-Portland with an early 1-0 lead. This is ready. Here's the pitch. This one coming in outside for ball number 1. And one's across the board here. Is taking his time here between pitches. He's got a man on. And here's a pitch, and Gonzalez over to the first baseman, and he's going to ground out. And runner moves over and for out number 2.
Nice play by Pena at first base to get the out and be alert to the speed with Lott turning the corner there. Keep him at third.
Up to bat now for the Wildcats, second baseman number 1, Gage Gleining.
And Gage Gleining due up now for Gregory-Portland. Pitch comes in right down the middle for strike number 1. Runner on third, 2 outs here. Top of the first inning, Gregory-Portland leads 1-0. And Gliney, right between the third baseman and the shortstop. It looks like it just caught the third baseman sleeping. That's going to be an RBI as a run comes in.
They're going to give him a hit on that, but he let that ball play him.
It looked just like right to him, Coach. You're right on that one.
Yeah, you got to come get it.
First baseman number 2, Kobe Orell.
And Kobe Orell coming up for Gregory-Portland. And it's a 2-0 game. Runner at first, and he's going to get caught. And he's going to get thrown out at first. So that's going to end the inning for out number 3. So there was 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 left on base for Gregory-Portland.
2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and no 1 left on base.
And Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the bottom of the first inning, Gregory-Portland puts 2 runners across in the top of the first inning. An RBI single by Gage Gleinig and an RBI single by Malachi Lott. So 2-0 right now, and coming up for Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, Dylan Benny to lead things off here for the Eagles versus Malachi Lott on the mound for the Wildcats. Let's see if the Eagles can provide an answer for a really good start here by the Wildcats at their at-bat. But rough sledding early on for the Eagles defense, Coach, and can't really do that against a really, really volatile team like Gregory-Portland.
No, Gregory-Portland doesn't need help scoring runs, and those 2 errors right there were costly for veterans, and we'll see how they respond in the bottom of the first.
And here comes Dylan Pena.
Leading off for your Eagles, first baseman number 13, David Pena.
So here we go, Pena versus Lott to lead off the bottom of the first inning, and swing and a miss there by Pena for strike number 1. And this pitch is in for strike number 2, and good start here for Lott. Two pitches, 2 strikes. And Pena pops this one up, and it's the third baseman making the throw in time.
Nice place by Dial on that high bouncer. Great job of coming and getting the baseball.
And there's a ground out there, and
Comes to bat now for your Eagles. Shortstop
Jake
number
Rabe.
2, Robbie.
Robbie. So Robbie at the plate. 1-0 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. This pitch outside for ball number 2. And Robbie fouls this one off. Brings the count to 2-1.
You know, a lot of natural center fielder just plays a hell of a center field. I think his best attribute on the mound is he's just a competitor. He's going to come right at you.
We'll see how he comes at him here with this pitch. This one comes out outside. So 3-1 to count here. Robbie ahead. Here's a pitch, and he swings, and he pops this one up way high, and it looks like the catcher's in play, and he is. And
Nice
pop
play.
up for out number 2.
What a great job for you younger catchers. Gets the mask off, turns his back to the outfield side, and makes a nice play on that foul
Up to bat now for
fly
the
ball.
Eagles, the pitcher, number 7, Xavier
Really good
Reyes.
technique.
Yeah, you feel like that's 101, like back in Little League. What the first thing they tell you is, like, they get mad at you if the first thing you don't do is throw off your helmet. And it just gives you your peripherals and your best chance to make that play as the pitch comes in for strike number 1.
Just great mechanics right there. Gets rid of the mask, gets his back to the outfield, and makes a nice play on the fly ball.
So he comes in for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here for Xavier Pettis. Lots ready. Here's the delivery. And Pettis gets a piece of that one over to the second baseman for a 4-3 ground out to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for Veterans Memorial in the bottom of the second. We're through 1. We'll be back.
No hits, no errors, and no one left on base. And lots of pitch.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second inning. 6, 7, 8 due up for Gregory-Portland. Colby Orell coming to the plate. Gregory-Portland put up 2 runs in the top of the first, and the Eagles went 3 up, 3 down in the bottom. So here we are, top of the second inning. And back out there is this Gregory-Portland lineup. Orell came to the plate last inning, but after one of his guys thrown out at first, here he is to lead things off here as the pitch comes in for ball number 1. Next pitch is a ball, so 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be good for strike number 1. So 2-1 the count here for Orell.
That was a nice little breaking ball, caught the outside corner.
Here's the pitch there for strike number 2. So 2 strikes in a row evens up the count now at 2-2. Here's a pitch, and Orel gets a piece of it, and he sends it foul. And just by that much, Coach. Came down and hit that white line.
Much. That was close.
So the count's still even at 2-2. And Orel puts this one in play over to the third baseman, who makes the throw a little late. It comes in low, and Orel safe at first.
One little hitch, just couldn't get it out of his glove. Single.
Yeah, about a second or so too late. Maybe just right there, and it came in a little low and hopped. So we got a runner on first. Jackie King up to the plate now. Runner on, nobody out here. This one comes in for ball number 1. Strike comes in. 1-1 to count here for Jackie King. And Pettis, the throw over to first is there, but back on the bag.
Almost got him a second one.
So 1-1 to count. Pettis ready. Here's the pitch. This one comes in for strike number 2. 1-2 the count here.
I like the way Xavier holds runners on. Changing his cadence up, mixing his pitches up.
You see him throw there to first once again.
Yeah, he's got a good move to first base.
Trying to keep Orel on his feet there. Orel going to take another lead out there at first. Pettis looks back. He's ready. Here's the pitch. This one comes in for ball number 2. So evening up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jackie King at the plate for Gregory-Portland. So here's a pitch, swing and a miss for Orel, and he goes down swinging, and that's a strikeout for out number 1. Braden Talamantes up next for Gregory-Portland. Comes to the plate with 1-on-1 out here. And throw over to first once again. And Orel back on the bag. And here's the pitch. This one coming in a little bit low and outside for ball number 2. Ball number 1, rather. So the count is 1-0. And swing and a miss there for Talamantes. So count up to even at 1-1. Here's a pitch. This one right down the middle for strike number 2. Pettis ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. As he's facing Braden Telemontes of Gregory-Portland at the plate. And a throw back to first. And this one a little closer there.
He's got a great move over there.
And Orel just gets back on that one. A lot going on there on that throw to first. Orel takes another lead out there. Pettis looks back at him. Here's the pitch, the delivery, swing and a miss. And another strikeout as Talamantes goes down swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts here for Pettis. And up next for Gregory-Portland is number 10, A.J. Carter. Number 9 batter in the lineup for Gregory-Portland comes to the plate. 2 out, 1 on. Here's a pitch, and he smacks it right up the middle. And force out there at second. 4 out, number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors. There's 1 left on base, or nobody left on base. Into the second, or into the top of the second, headed to the bottom. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second inning here. Veterans Memorial to bat. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Eagles here. And leading things off going to be Aiden Scott, the DH for the Eagles. As the Wildcats lead 2-0, they put up 2 runs in the first inning. Nothing in the top of the second, and here we are in the bottom of the second.
Leading up for your Eagles, the designated hitter number 14, Aiden Scott.
And Scott at the plate and gets a piece of that one. He's going to foul it off. Strike number 1. So 0-1 the count here. And this one comes in a little outside. Count's now 1-1. And Scott gets a piece of that one, and he sends it to deep right field, and he flies out for out number 1. Up next, Jake Martinez.
Up to bat now for your Eagles, second baseman number 1, Jake Martinez.
Eagles second baseman comes to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the delivery by Lott for ball number 1. This pitch coming in a little inside and low for ball number 2. 2-0 the count here. There's Martinez in front of the count. His pitch, this one outside, and it's now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Lott delivers the pitch there for ball number 4, and that's going to be a walk. So 1 on now, nobody out. Carter's center fit coming to the plate.
Eagles center fielder number 3, Carter center fit.
And those of you may remember Carter center fit, quarterback for the Veterans Memorial Team, went all the way to the state semifinals this year. Big season, and center fit, big reason why.
Fabulous year. I can't believe anybody hadn't picked him up for a quarterback yet. They're missing out on a great kid and a great quarterback.
They really are. I think he's, not to turn the page from football to from baseball, but here's a wild throw to first, and Martinez makes his way to second. And we got a man on second now, and with center field at the plate. I've always said, I've been saying it all year, the way he runs the RPO, he ran it to perfection, and I think he's got the build and he's got the look, and I think he can come in and run any college offense, especially the way college football is run through the RPO. I think he's an outstanding football player. So keep an eye on him. So here we go. After the crazy throw to first, man on second now. And here's the first pitch. Center field swings and misses for strike number 1. And strike number 2 there is Lott delivers one right down the middle and center field. 0-2 the count now. Lott's ready. Delivers a pitch, low and inside for ball number 1. Here's the pitch, the center field gets a piece of it, and he's going to ground out to the second baseman for a 4-3 out. So that's 2 down here. 1 on, runner now in scoring position.
We talked about the beginning of the game, lots of competitiveness. Just saw right there 4 straight balls, and then the throwing error. Then he comes back and gets center field to ground out.
And now trying to finish this inning off. There's a runner in scoring position, man at third, 2 out, 0-1 to count. This one comes in for strike number 2. And this one comes in for strike number 3, and Tanner Johnson goes down looking. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Through 2, we're headed to the top of the 3rd. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the third inning and top of the lineup for Gregory-Portland. Yannick due up here, followed by Lott and Dowell. 2-0 lead here for the Wildcats. And we're starting the top of the third inning here. Eagles had a man in scoring position. That last inning left them stranded. So we're still at 2-0 here, and Walker Yannick gonna lead things off here for Gregory-Portland in the top of the third.
The catcher number 4, Walker Yannick.
Opponent 1, 2, 3 in the lineup again.
Yannick reached third on an error in the outfield, first time up, and this ball comes in for strike number 1. That was the beginning of 2 runs being put up in that first inning. Next pitch in, and Yannick gets a piece of that one, and he is on base with a base hit. Leadoff single here. And Malachi Lott up next. Get things going, and if you're an opposing team, this can snowball really quickly. And top of the inning, leadoff single. And a throw over to first, and Yannick gets back on the bag. They throw to first once again, and Bettis making Yannick work there out on first base as Yannick takes another lead. Bettis looks back, he's ready. And Lott gets a piece of this one, and he puts it down in the gap for another single. So back-to-back singles to lead things off here for Gregory-Portland. 2 out now, and here comes Dowell. So Lott 2 for 2 with an RBI here in the early going for him.
He just reached out there and tagged that one.
Dowell 0 for 1 on the night, had a fly out back in the first inning. Swing and a miss there for strike number 1.
Interesting. Betts was playing him to bunt. I don't think Dowell's going to be bunting. Not the way he's been swinging a bat.
Well, let's keep an eye on that one here. As the count's 0-1. Here's the pitch, comes in right down the middle for strike number 2. So the count now 0-2. Runners at first and second for Gregory-Portland. Here's a pitch, ooh, and he gets hit hard. And he's going to take his base and load up the bases. Talk about taking one for the team, coach. I hope he's all right. He looks just fine. Popped right up. Thank for the helmet there. And thank goodness for that. But at any cost, bases loaded now for Gregory-Portland. And Daniel Gonzalez, the DH now. Up with the bases loaded, nobody out. So here comes the pitch, and Gonzalez all the way towards the shortstop
Nice.
for the 6-4-3
What a turn.
double play.
We waited all night to see a double play turn. That was as good as it gets at the high school level.
Yes, sir. And you're Gage Glenning. So now 2 outs. The runner on third. And Glenning swings and misses there for strike number 1. And there's a pass ball, and the runner's going to come in. So it's now 4-0 game. And Glenning trying to beat it out, but that's going to be the end of the inning. But 2 come across for Gregory-Portland. And they now lead 4-0. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And we're back here for the bottom of the third inning. 2 more runs come across in the top of the third. Makes it a 4-0 lead for the Wildcats. So 8-9-1 due up here for Veterans Memorial in the bottom of the third. Alejandro Guerrero up next to lead things off here for Veterans Memorial.
Leading off for the Eagles, the catcher number 6, Alejandro Guerrero.
So this pitch comes in for ball number 1. Low and inside there.
Looks like y'all going to get mixed up on a signal there. Took a trip out there to make sure they're both on the same page.
So 1-0 the count here. Lots ready. Here's the delivery. This one low and inside for ball number 2. Here's a pitch. This one comes in for strike number 1. So 3-1 the count now. Full count after that pitch, called strike. And this pitch comes in, and we're going to get a walk, and Guerrero's going to reach first.
Up to bat now for your Eagles, right fielder number 11, Nick Reyes.
Nick Reyes coming up for the Eagles here. Number 9 in this lineup.
Bet still with no outs. No hits.
We got 1 on, no out here. Here's the pitch coming in for strike number 1. In a couple of innings, a lot. 1 strikeout here, and he's had vets strand 1 runner on. Here's a swing and a miss for strike number 2. And Reyes sends 1 past third base for a base hit. And there's the first base hit for the Eagles of this game. Top of the lineup up next for Veterans Memorial. Dalen Pena coming up now. 5-3 ground out last time he was at the plate. So 2 on, no out for Pena. And Pena going to foul this one off for strike number 1.
As a courtesy reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you retrieve a foul ball, we ask that you please return it to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
And here's a pitch. This one comes in inside for
some sponsors out here for foul balls. Let our fans keep some souvenirs.
Yeah, I know. It's always kind of a bummer. If you're a kid, you got to go and chase it down. You can't even keep it. But, you know, for those of you out there, if you're interested, you can go sponsor those foul balls. And a strike comes in here for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. You know, Coach, no matter the time period we're in, what generation, it feels like going to chase down foul balls is never going to get old or die out.
That never gets old. No matter what age you are.
Yeah.
We're still kids at heart.
Yeah, everybody wants to catch one. And here's Pena.
Infield fly.
Infield fly there. And it's going to be out number 1. So up next, Jake Robbie.
Shortstop number 2, Jake Robbie.
So Robbie 0 for 1 on the night. He fouls this one off for strike number 1. Two on, 1 out. 0-1 the count here for Robbie. Here's the pitch from Lott. This one comes in a bit outside for ball number 1. Here's a pitch, and here's the throw to second, and it goes past the second baseman, and a man's rounding third, and there's a run coming across for the Eagles as Guerrero scores, and And it's a 4-1 game. A throw to second by the catcher. Didn't go as he planned. And
Yeah, he had him picked.
Eagles, the pitcher, number 7, Xavier Bettis.
so here comes Xavier Pettis. So runner on second, 2 outs. Here's a pitch. This one comes in for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. Here's a pitch from Lott. This one comes in outside for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. And the pitch is in, swing and a miss for strike number 2. Count is 2-2 for Pettis. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, and Pettis goes down swinging for strike number 3, out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the 3rd inning. We're headed to the 4th. Gregory-Portland leads Veterans Memorial 4-1. We'll be back. Keep it here.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th inning, Gregory-Portland leads Veterans Memorial 4-1, and leading things off is going to be Kobe Orell for Gregory-Portland. 6-7-8 due up here for the Wildcats.
Leading off for the Wildcats, first baseman number 2, Kobe Orell.
Orell leadoff single in the 2nd inning last time he was at the plate. And Orell, another base hit here, start things off.
Well, they put the pressure on, don't you? They just put the ball in play.
And they really do.
Shortstop number 11, Jackie King.
Getting leadoff singles now the last 3 innings. Here's King, struck out last time he was up. And here's the pitch. This one comes in for ball number 1. Here's the pitch, and King puts down the bunt, and
great execution, nice bunt.
And he's going to reach. Oh, he's going to move over a base runner now. So 1 out, 1 on.
Really good baseball.
Next up to bat for the Wildcats, center fielder number 21, Braden Talamonte.
So Braden Talamante is up now. He also struck out his last time at the plate. So 1-on-1 out here with a 4-1 lead. Top of the 4th inning. So here's Pettis with the delivery. And Talamantes sends this one into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. RBI, so an RBI double, scores another one as Orel crosses the plate to make it a 5-1 game.
Just great baseball. Butt him over, get him to second base. Talamantes with a stand-up double. RBI.
So now comes up to the plate A.J. Carter. 0 for 1 here on the night. He's got a man on second, and this pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this pitch way inside there for ball number 2. Two and 0 the count, 1-on-1 out here for Gregory-Portland. They've already brought a run across this inning, and this pitch comes in for strike number 1. So 2-1 to count now. Bass is ready. Delivers this pitch low for ball number 3. So 3-1 to count now for A.J. Carter, number 9 in the lineup. This pitch comes inside, and that's going to be ball number 4. And Carter's going to get on base on balls. So here's a walk now. So 2 on, 1 out. Top of the lineup coming up is Walter Yannick. Comes to the plate. Yannick. Leadoff single in the 3rd. Last time out. And we're going to have a little bit of a meeting on the mound here. So while Veterans Memorial talks about it, we'll take a quick break. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here in the 4th inning, top of the 4th, Yannick up to the plate for Gregory-Portland. 2 men on, 1 out. Count is 0-1 here. 1 batter already coming across in this inning. So it's a 5-1 lead. And Yannick gets all of this one, and he sends it back to deep center field.
Saying he didn't catch it. He dropped that ball? So he dropped that fly ball.
I believe he did. So base is loaded now.
But they got the force out at second.
Well,
They were able to get the force out at second.
So they did get the force out. I got this pole right in front of me, so I can't really see second base sometimes. So we got the force out. It's 2 outs.
Up to bat now for the Wildcats, the pitcher number 8, Malachi Lott.
Kind of a strange events there. Fly ball to center field, couldn't hang on to it. Runners were going back to tag. They were still able to get the force out at second.
So we got runners at the corner now. 2 on, 2 out. Malachi Lott with the single last time out. And throw over there to first.
Yeah, Yannick at first has good wheels, but I don't know how much of a lead he can get with Xavier Pettis' move over there at first base.
Well, they're testing that out right now. It's a 1-0 count for Malachi Lott.
Xavier does a really good job of holding runners on.
Pettis ready.
Oh.
And Lott sends that one way back to the warning track. Can't get it. Runner's going to score.
Those errors hurt you. That was a routine fly ball, and just can't come up with it.
So more runners come over and score.
We've seen some costly errors tonight at the ballpark. Yeah, it's early in district, you know.
Up to bat now for the Wildcats, third baseman number 5, Easton Dowell.
I got 2 runs scoring on that.
Yeah, the scoreboard says here in the outfield says 6. It should be 7 because there's now only 1 on. So here's Dowell.
You know, a lot struck it well, but definitely should have been caught. Yeah, definitely should be 7. Those runners at the corners when he hit it.
Yeah. So here we are. Should 7-1. 1-1 here for Dowell. 1 on, 2 out here. Here's the pitch. And Dowell puts it in play, pops up, and there's the first baseman making the play. So that's going to be the end of the inning. Another couple of runners come over, and it's a 7-1 lead for Gregory-Portland. And we're headed to the bottom of the 4th. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
See you later, touchdown.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants. And so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the fourth inning. Aiden Scott leading things off here for Veterans Memorial as they trail 7-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Another 3 runs come in for Gregory-Portland in the top of the fourth there. And this pitch comes in for ball number 1. And this one put in play and to the third baseman, who makes a nice throw over to first for the ground out.
Great scouting report. I had him played up. Shaded him a little bit.
So up next, Jake Martinez, second baseman for Veterans Memorial. Reached base on a walk last time. So 1-1 to count. And this one popped up and nice play made over there to get the out. Just running that foul ball down before it gets to the fence, and it comes down, and nice play made over there by first baseman. And here comes center field. 2 out, nobody on. One and 0 now. Center field swings and misses, even if the count at 1. And this pitch comes in low for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. 7-1 game here. 2 out, nobody on. And center field hits one into the center field gap, and he gets on base with a nice single there.
Talked about how good of a quarterback he is. Pretty good baseball player, too.
Yeah, he does a little bit of everything. Pretty good swimmer, too. But that was a heck of a hit there. At a time where the Eagles need to get going as they trail by 6 runs. And Tanner Johnson up. Here's this Pitch in there for strike number 2. So into the count, here's the pitch coming in for strike number 3. Johnson caught looking.
2 great curveballs.
So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Through 4, we're headed to the 5th. Keep it here. This is real.
See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're through 4 innings, headed to the 5th, and it's a 7-1 lead here for Gregory-Portland. They put up 2 runs in the first inning, 2 more in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. They lead 7-1, and due up to lead things off is going to be the DH, Gonzalez, Daniel Gonzalez. Last time up, hit into a 6-4-3 double play, but a run came across, and that was in the 3rd inning, so he's going to lead things off here, going against Xavier Pettis, and we'll see what the Gregory-Portland Wildcats have in store. As we mentioned, they've led off with a single each of the last 3 innings. In the 2nd, 3rd, the 4th. Let's see what they have in store here to start things off here with Gonzalez. I want to thank everybody here for watching and staying with us. It's been a long night of baseball and a lot of other sports in the Coastal Bend and in the Rio Grande Valley, and a lot coming up here for this week. So make sure to go follow us, give us a like on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube, and that's riosportslive.com. And getting things going here, it's Gonzalez. Here's the pitch from Pettis. This one comes in low for ball number 1. It's 1-0 here. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez sends one right over to the shortstop. Here's the throw. And out number 1. 6-3 ground out there for Gonzalez to get things going here in the top of the 5th. Here's Glenning, last time up. And this one comes in, and it's strike number 1. 0-1 the count here for Glenning. This one comes in a little inside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. This pitch comes in a little low and outside. 2-1 the count now. And this one coming in way inside, and that's going to be ball number 3. 3-1 the count here. And Gleining got out of the way of that one. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch on its way. This one comes in outside, and it's going to be a walk here. So Gleining's going to get on base via walk. So 1 on, 1 out.
Next up to bat for the Wildcats, first baseman number 2, Colby Orell.
Colby Orell coming to the plate now. Leadoff single on the top of the fourth. Last time he was at the plate. Here's a pitch. Guerrero gets a piece of that one. Fouls it off for strike number 1. So 0-1 the count. And this one comes in outside for strike number 1. Strike number 2, rather. 0-2 the count. Pettis is ready. And swinging and wildly and missing is Orel. And that'll go down the book. There's a strikeout. 4 out, number 2. Jackie King up next. Coming up, 2 out, 1 on here for King. King putting down a bunt last time out. And this pitch comes in low and outside, gets away from the catchers for ball number 1. Here's a pitch coming in from Pettis, strike number 1. 1-1 the count now.
You know, Xavier Pettis has done a really good job tonight. He's kept them off balance. I know they've got 7 hits, but I think more than anything, the errors have hurt him more than anything.
It's been a rough outing for the defense behind him. And this pitch a little wild for ball number 2. Runner going to move over. So a runner at second, 1 on, 2 outs here for Jackie King. And swing and a miss for King for strike number 2. So it's 2-2 the count. With 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and King goes down. That's back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Gregory-Portland in the top of the 5th. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Gregory-Portland leads 7-1, and we'll be back with the bottom of the inning. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Robbie Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning now. Gregory-Portland leads 7-1. And due up next is Alejandro Guerrero, followed by Nick Reyes, and then Dalen Peña. So 8-9-1 due up here for Veterans Memorial. And they have a little bit of work to do. If it's going to start, it's going to have to start now and pretty soon. But Malachi Lott's had a pretty solid outing on the mound for Gregory-Portland, so we're going to see if that continues. But Guerrero coming up, reached base on balls last time he was at the plate for Veterans Memorial, so we'll see how he does here.
Number 6, Alejandro Guerrero.
Yeah, Veterans Memorial down to their last 9 outs.
And strike one here as Lott delivers on the first pitch, so 0-1 the count. And swinging a miss there by Guerrero, 0-2 now.
Yeah, Malachi Light, I just like his competitive edge about him. He's going to come right at you.
And Guerrero puts this one into the gap in left field for a leadoff single. It's kind of a tale of two pitchers here. Malachi Lott, a little quicker in between pitches, and like you said, he's going to go at you. And over Xavier Bettis, a little bit more methodical in what he does, kind of surveys everything, as you mentioned, does a really good job with runners on. And Reyes sees strike one there. Here's the pitch. This one coming in a little outside for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here for Reyes. Man on, nobody out. And swing and a miss for Reyes, and he goes down swinging for out number 1. And up next is Dalen Penny as we head to the top of the lineup for Veterans Memorial.
Number 13, David Peña.
And Penny with the fly out last time at the plate. And this pitch comes in for ball number 1. Want to know the count? Lott's ready, delivers. This one comes in outside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count here for Peña. Pitch is in, strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike here for Dalen Peña. 1 out with the man on first. This one comes in outside for ball number 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Man on, 1 out. Dalen Peña here. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Gregory-Portland Wildcats holding a 7-1 lead here on the Veterans Memorial Eagles. Looks like a lot is set now. Here's the delivery. And this one comes in for strike number 2 as the count goes full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Last 2 innings, when he's getting a strike, he's going to that slow breaking ball. He's getting a for a strike.
Here's this next pitch in, and Peña gets a base hit out of it, and another man on.
Payoff pitch, he went to the fastball, and Peña was sitting on it. Nice hit.
So runners at first and second. Coming to the plate now is Jake Robbie.
Next up to bat for your Eagles, shortstop number 2, Jake
So we got a little bit of a mound visit here for Gregory-Portland. So the Wildcats going to chat on the mound for a little bit, and we'll step away for a quick break. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. 2-on-1 out here for the Veterans Memorial Eagles. Jake Robbie at the plate. First pitch comes in for ball number 1. This one comes in for ball number 2. And this pitch comes in for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Three and 1 the count now after that ball. And swing and a miss for Robbie. And it's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Lott readies himself as Robbie steps into the batter's box. He's ready to go. And here's the pitch. And Robbie gets a piece of that one. And he pops it up high. And it's going to come down. Nice grab there for out number 2.
Up to bat now for your Eagles, the pitcher number 7, Xavier Perez.
So Xavier Perez coming up now with 2 out, 2 on. Bottom of the 5th.
Big out there. Might be able to get out of this thing unscathed.
This one comes outside for a ball. Ball 1. Want to know the count here. This one comes in for strike number 1. One and 1 the count, 2 on, 2 out. Bettis struck out last time out. And this one comes in for strike number 2. And this one gets
They tried to throw that fastball by him.
fouled out. Count stays at 1 and 2. This pitch comes in for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And Perez gets a piece of that one, and he sends it into the gap, and it's going to be an RBI base hit. So an RBI single, one comes across.
Full count there, and Lott went to the slow breaking ball again, and nice piece of hitting by Xavier.
So it's a 7-2 game now. Runners at the corner. 2 out. With Aiden Scott up. And Scott gets a piece of that one. It's going to be strike number 1. So 1-1 to count. So 1-1 to count here. Two and 1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch comes in, swing by Scott, and evens out the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this pitch comes inside. For ball number 3. Full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Scott pops this one up. And the second baseman's got it for the 3rd out of the inning. So a run comes across here for Gregory-Portland. We're through 5. We're headed to the 6 innings. 3 hits, 1 run, and 2 left on base for Veterans Memorial. Excuse me. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning, ladies and gentlemen. And it's getting late out here, but we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. we are into the 6th inning. It's a 7-2 ball game here. The Wildcats lead by 5 runs. And top of the 6th, leading off for Gregory-Portland will be Braden Talamantes. You get things going. So Braden. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight and sticking with us through this doubleheader. We had Ray and Carol earlier, and what turned into a really close game at the end. You know, a lot of drama in that last inning, and then this one here, the Wildcats leading 7-2. They put up 2 runs in the first, 2 in the third, and 3 more in the fourth. And we'll see what they muster up here with Braden Talamantes leading things off here in the top of the 6th. Here's a pitch in for strike number 1 from Pettit. And that one comes in for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here for Talamantes, the leadoff hitter. So 0-2 the count. This one comes in outside for ball number 1. And swing and a miss, and down goes Talamantes for out number 1 after that strikeout there. And A.J. Carter up next. Number 9 in the lineup. One out, nobody on. This pitch comes in for ball number 1. And Carter gets a piece of that one, fouls it off. 1-1 the count now.
Just another friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you retrieve a foul ball, we ask you please return it to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
1-1 the count, 1 out. This ball comes in for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on here for A.J. Carter. This one comes in low, a little outside for ball 2. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. This pitch comes in for strike number 3.
Another curveball strikeout.
That's 2 in a row here for Xavier Pettis. Top of the lineup here. And Yannick coming to the plate.
He's really settled in. I think he's pitched a really good game. Getting that curveball in there now for strikeouts.
And Yannick sends that one deep, deep, deep. And that one's gone.
Curveball home.
And a solo home run there by Yannick. Gonna make this an 8-2 game. And the score's 8-2 after the solo home run there by Yannick. Sends it over the deep left field wall. And here comes Lott. Here's a pitch, this one outside. This one comes in outside as well for ball number 3. This pitch comes in for strike number 1. 3-1 the count. 2 out, no one on. This pitch outside for ball number 4. Lott gets on base via walk. Here comes Dowell.
Up to bat now for the Wildcats. Third baseman number 5, Easton Dowell.
Easton Dowell now comes to the plate. 2 out, 1 on. This pitch comes in a little low for ball number 1. Want to know the count. This one comes in and gets away from the catcher. And we're going to have the runner advance to second. So runner on second. 2-0 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. This one way inside. Ball number 3. So count moves to 3-0. This one comes in low for another walk. So back-to-back walks now. Puts runners on first and second. Coming up next is Daniel Gonzalez, the DH. Gonzalez sends this one foul. So the count's 0-1. This pitch comes in low and outside for ball number 1. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second. 2 out. Top of the 6th inning. This one comes in for strike number 1. And that throw it at the first from the catcher is sees the runner safe at first.
Nice try. Pretty athletic play down there with Dalen Pena at first base to glove that off the turf and almost get a tag on it.
So here's a pitch, swing and a miss for Gonzalez, and that's strike number 3, going to end the inning. So one runner comes across. It's an 8-2 game. And we had a solo home run by Yannick, highlighting that top of the 6th inning. One run on 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 left on base. And we are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And we're at the top of the 6th inning, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom of the 6th inning, excuse me. Burning that midnight oil, aren't we, Coach? And leading things off here is going to be Martinez for Veterans Memorial. So Veterans Memorial put a runner across last time out and leads now 6, but Gregory-Portland puts one over in the top of the 6th inning. So still a 6-run game here, but it's never a given. As we go back to our earlier game, it was a 6-run lead going into the 7th inning, and they cut it down to just 2 and put the winning run at first base. So anything can happen in this game of baseball, but right now we're going to get things going. At the bottom of the 6th inning, we're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. This is Real Sports Live. So Jake Martinez swing and a miss there for strike number 1. This one comes in for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here for Jake Martinez. And this one comes in low and inside for ball number 1. Pretty aggressive pitch there coming in. Well, it's still going at this quick pace, and Martinez hits this one up the third base line for a base hit. And it's going to be a double. A leadoff double at that to get things going here. So a runner at second puts a man on here.
Stand up double, walk the dog, as they like to say in baseball, right down that line.
And Carter center fit coming up with a man on. That was nice. It just towed that line up third base.
Walk the dog, stand up double.
is an interesting one. Center field hits it over to the second baseman for the 4-3 ground out. Runner moves over into scoring position, though. That's out number 1. And coming up next, Turner Johnson.
Next up to bat for Eagles, third baseman, number 5, Tanner Johnson.
Tanner Johnson, rather. So runner at third, 1 out. Here's this pitch, swing and a miss there for Johnson for strike number 1. This one, a little outside for strike number 2, so 0-2 the count here. And Johnson gets a piece of that one, fouls it off, count stays at 0-2. This one comes in way inside for ball number 1. Here's the delivery, swing and miss for strike number 3. That's for the second out of the inning here. Coming up next is going to be Alejandro Guerrero.
The catcher, number 6, Alejandro Guerrero.
So runner still at third. Guerrero pops this one up and sends it foul over to the right near the dugout. So 0-1 the count here to start. Here's this pitch, comes in, strike number 2. So 0-2 the count. Strong inning here so far for Lott. And this pitch comes in, low and outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Guerrero. Pitch comes in a little inside, evens up the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third. Guerrero steps back into the batter's box. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and that's out number 3 as Guerrero goes down swinging. Back-to-back Ks in that inning. And after a leadoff double, Lott retires the next 3 batters. 4-3 ground out and 2 strikeouts. And we're headed to the 7th inning as we're through 6, ladies and gentlemen. The Wildcats lead the Eagles 8-2. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping.
Top of 7, right?
Yes, sir. We are there finally. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 7th inning here. It's an 8-2 lead for the Gregory-Portland Wildcats. And due up next for Gregory-Portland, Orel, followed by King, and followed by Talamantes here in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 6-run lead. And we are almost done here. One more inning to go. And we'll see how these teams close out and finish this one here. And pitching for Vets here, Dalen Pena. So we're going to... So...
Pitch and change. Went to Dalen Pena in the 7th.
So Gage Glining actually going to lead off here. Then followed by Orel. Then followed by King. And this one fouled off for strike number 1. And this one way off the mark. It's going to be ball 1. So 1-1 to count. This one coming in inside for strike number 2.
Looks like Yannick's going down to warm up in the bullpen for GP.
And this one another inside strike. And that's out number 1. Now it looks that way. It looks like GP is going to bring in a fresh pitcher to try to close out the bottom of the 7th inning. You think they saw the last game? And this one fouled off behind Orel for strike 1.
Leave him in until he's in trouble, right?
Yeah. And then, you know, the last thing happens in the last game as this one goes to the shortstop. Throw in made in time for out number 2. You know, as much as you can like think and overthinking the game of baseball, whatever's gonna unwind is gonna unwind. You can't really prepare for it. You can't really defend against it. You know, stuff happens. You can bring in a fresh pitcher, or you can leave in your guy. And sometimes runs are gonna score. But sometimes strategy just goes out the window. And Aiden Acosta coming to the plate for the first time here. And this ball comes in for strike number 1. This one comes in inside. One and one to count. This one gets past the catcher for ball number 2. And this one sent up the third base line, but it goes foul for Acosta, and it's going to be strike number 2. Evens up the count now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the 7th inning. And swing and a miss, and that's going to do it here. So 3 up, 3 down. And the top of the 7th. We're headed to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. 3 more outs in this one. Barring just a bevy of runs coming in for the Eagles in the bottom of the 7th. But stranger things have happened, eh, Coach? So headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. Keep it here. We're Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
with the memories, forever memories, antiques and collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, bottom of the 7th inning, in the second leg of our doubleheader. We have been here all afternoon. First game started around 5:38, Coach, and here we are about 5 hours later and the end of our second baseball game. And it's an 8-2 lead for Gregory-Portland. And Corpus Christi Veterans down to its last 3 outs as they trail by 6. So Nick Reyes due up to start things off, and we're going to go to the top of the lineup after that to Peña. So we'll start off with Reyes and Peña. Reyes, last time he was up, got struck out. So we got a new pitcher in here as Yannick has taken the mound for Gregory-Portland. He's going to try to close things up here and get the last and final 3 outs of the day. So he'll be facing Nick Reyes to start this off at the top of the inning. So we'll see how this finishes up here, and we'll see if the Eagles have a bit of a spark left in them here with the last 3 outs. And Reyes fouls this one off for strike number 1. Swing and a miss for strike number 2 as Reyes goes behind in the count at 0-2.
He's got a little movement on his fastball.
Yannick now on the mound here. This one for strike number 3 as Reyes goes down looking. So 1 out here. Top of the order for Veterans Memorial. Here comes Peña to the plate.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Eagles, the pitcher number 13, Dalen Peña.
Dalen Peña, last up, bottom of the 5th inning with the single. And Peña hits this one smack right up the middle, and nice.
Malachite Light.
Malachi Light.
Field and make a diving catch.
A heck of a catch.
6 innings.
Heck of a catch with a second out. A lot of energy in that kid. And here we go. Jake Robbie. This one comes in for strike number 1. Actually, it's not Jake Robbie. Ben Royal now, so substitution in here for Veterans Memorial. Counts 1-0. This one, inside strike, so it's 1-1 here. 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Yannick's pitch. Down the middle for strike number 3. And that's going to do it here. Yannick strikes out 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning to end the game. It's an 8-2 victory for Gregory-Portland over Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you guys for being with us. Go follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and go subscribe on YouTube, and go look at our website, realsportslive.com. And thank you guys for all your support and watching us here tonight. For one more time, the Wildcats defeat the Eagles 8-2 here in a district matchup. I want to also thank Coach Andy Dudney for coming out here and doing this with me. It was so much fun to have him by my side here tonight. And thank you, Coach, for coming out. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Enjoyed it, Molina. It was great, both games.
So I want to thank everybody for watching us. And look out for tomorrow. A lot more softball and baseball going on tomorrow. We're even going to have a game at Whataburger Field. So we'll be back out there tomorrow and Wednesday. So we're probably going to be over there at a couple of games at Whataburger Field. So make sure to go check that out. Much, much more coming up, and even the possibility of another state semifinal game in the works. So, keep a lookout for that. Boys semifinal games might come down the pike for us, so keep a lookout for that. So thank you once again. 8-2 Gregory-Portland over Veterans Memorial tonight. And have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.